One King to Rule Them All, written by Gojirahkiin. Chapter 1. It was the end of the world. That was the only explanation that the people of Japan, indeed, the people of the world, could come to as the morning light illuminated a vision unrivaled by even their darkest dreams. Tokyo and even the surrounding cities had already evacuated in the face of this nightmare, and all eyes were glued to the videos provided by the few reporters brave enough to stay. Not one, nor even two, but 8 Godzillas stood in a wide semicircle, snarling and glaring not at the city, but at each other, sizing each other up. The demon, a malevolent figure that glowered with pupilless eyes, the rage of those fallen and forgotten burning in its dark heart. It waited for its rivals to make the first move and swore it would be their last. Its lip curled in a snarl. It had slain gods and mere animals. Even those in his own image would be no match. The next, a hero that had vanquished the likes of Hedorah, Mechagodzilla, and even the dreaded King Ghidorah. Today would be his greatest challenge, but he was unafraid of even the largest of his doppelgangers. He sensed malevolence in the eyeless gaze of the others and challenged him. Nearby, 2 identical Gojirans circled one another. Mountains of emerald scales and amethyst spines, they viewed each other as rivals. One had vanquished Gorga, and the other Megaguirus, but now they focused on one another. Both knew that whatever else transpired, only one would survive the deal. A third stood apart, growling at his similarly sized rivals, gray hide, jagged silver spikes, and a large scar on his chest. He sensed the 2 jaded titans as instinctive rivals, but was more concerned by the white-eyed demon. It smelled familiar, but his other senses declared it an abomination, more akin to the mechanical mockery that had attacked him before. Apart from them stood 3 leviathans, each easily twice the height of their smaller kin. One enormous and gray, roared its challenge to the others, slamming its tails against the ground in a show of strength. It was perhaps the most well-known of the 3, having rampaged across Japan during the 80s and 90s. The second was leaner, and it was eager to accept. He had been sealed in the Antarctica, allowing his challengers free rein, but now he was free and would take back his kingdom. He alone had driven back the Exilian invasion. The entire world was his territory now. The third stood only slightly higher than the other 2, but was far more vast. It roared a challenge that drew the attention of its 2 similarly sized rivals. The cause of his ancient thirst, the Mutos, had awoken him, but now that he had risen, he had sensed these others, the younger Godzillas. They had ruled as tyrants during his long absence, and had become a threat to the balance of nature. But now he had returned, and such threats would not be tolerated. 8 now stand, but 7 must fall, for there can only be one true king of the monsters.